Welcome to your day number 4. Today we're gonna start working on inverted support and understand how slowly we can build up and condition the shoulders and wrists to be simply able to go upside down. Now we have few different options, starting from the floor, elevating the legs, and then go on the wall. Start playing with the wall, learn the kick up, and then we're ready for something a bit more challenging. Now, when it comes to the floor, we have few different options. Option number 1 is simply build up and learn how to do with your hands. Option number 2, that obviously this is why we're here, is the handstand on parallels, is to use the parallels. Now, you will see the difference if you're somebody you don't have so much wrist problems. You can build, it's really important you build for both of them. So parallels are amazing, they will help you to transition into something more difficult, to go on the deep bars, to work more for the future when it comes to different movements. But remember that it's also very important to play with both, okay? Now, when it comes to support, simply what we're gonna do is start going upside down. When it comes to upside down, I wanna go into 2 different movements. Movement number 1, we say, is gonna be on the floor, okay? And I'm gonna show you first without any support. Now, when it comes to teaching the shoulders, okay, how to go upside down, it's nothing changed than simply the angle. You see, in bodyweight training, in calisthenics, what make the move more difficult and what changed the muscle is technically by switching the angle of the body. This is what calisthenics is. What I mean by that? Well, if I will simply be in a position that is straight, right? Let's take a position that is here. This will technically, right, be the position of the push-up, right? Whatever I do now, I will feel my chest. But how I can slowly start going upside down? By simply walking, and then pushing the shoulders forward, and at the same time elevating my hips. Now this is the first way for us to slowly start going upside down. Now, let's try to make it a little bit more simple. Now, first thing that I want to do is simply go for the plank position, walking to the elevated position, okay? So, the legs are straight, I'm protracting my scapula, locking my elbow. Now from here, I want to simply walk. The moment I start walking, I'm pushing the shoulders up, elevating the scapula. You see the difference between elevating. If I will not elevate, my shoulders will collapse. If my shoulder collapse and I don't have any more strength, my elbow will completely collapse. So walk back and send the scapula now down. So we have protraction and also depression of the scapula. We're gonna walk again. Walk, and we hold. 2, 3, walk, plank position. We're gonna do this 2 more. So walk, elevating scapula and holding. 2, 3, 4, 5. When I walk backward, I also send the scapula and shoulders forward. Okay, 1 more. 1, 2, 3. So we're holding for 3 seconds until 5 seconds. And then walk, and stop. Now, the first movement is more a dynamic movement, okay? It's not a static movement. What I mean by that? When it comes to static movement in calisthenics, right, we have movements that we simply do for repetition, and we have movements that we don't do for number of repetition, but we hold for a certain amount of time. This is more or less static when you hold the position for time, also isometric, okay? So in the first movement, we hold, yes, 3 to 5 seconds, but the goal here was more to do repetitions together with the hold, right? Because we was holding 2, 3, press, and now opening the shoulders, elevating and holding. Now, the move number 2 will be more into static hold or isometric hold, okay? So that will simply be a pike support position, right? We have 2 different options in base of your current fitness level. Option number 1 is using the floor Option number 2 is elevating your feet on the floor. Now the difference is, we say that with body weight, it's all about the angle, right? Now, if my hands are down on the floor, my legs are down on the floor. Yes, I have some shoulder pressure on the shoulder, but I will have much more pressure on the shoulder if I elevate my legs. Now, there will be much more weight, right? Then I need to hold and support by going there. And then same will be also if I will be on the wall. If I will be on the wall, then almost all of my body weight is on my hands and shoulders. Okay, if you understand what I mean. So, number 1, we're simply gonna hold the pike hold, right, on parallels for time. So, we are not walking, we're going directly in position, and now, really important just to understand this. Not everyone will be able to come so close, okay? There is something that we call compression of the body in base of your compression. Compression of the body is nothing else than your ability, how much you can be compressed, right? How much chest can come closer to your thighs, but obviously it's not for everyone, so don't worry about that, right? Maybe your pike, it will look like this, right? So here, very important, don't try to be here because there is going to be a lot of pressure on your head. What we want to do, remember, we have to elevate the shoulders and put your head all the way in. It means that the moment I elevate the shoulders, right? Imagine that the feeling is that your shoulder will touch your ear. Now look at the difference. If I'm here, right? And this is me holding a position. Now there is a lot of pressure on my neck. I'm not even holding through my shoulder, right? I have 2 options. Option number 1, simply pressing, putting my head down and pushing my shoulder. You see now your ear should touch the shoulder. And number 2, you see my weight is more on my legs than on my hands. So what I can do, if I'm able to, is compress and push. This will be number 1. And hold for time. You see here, you have to be able to hold for time. Your body will start shaking after some time, but the goal is to condition the shoulders to build a long time. Once you learn how to do the first movement, then it's more easy for you to do the second one that is more elevated. So in the second movement that we did is nothing else than simply upgrading the progression in going all the way up. Now you see, there is much more weight, right, on my hands now. And just simply hold for time. Okay? So first movement, it's more dynamic. You simply walk and understand the feeling from protraction of the shoulders into a plank position by walking, elevating the shoulders and being in elevation. So protraction and obviously depression. So send the scapula down and forward. This is the pushing movement, but when I change the angle, I need to elevate my scapula so that I can complete the movement. Second movement is more into holding position for time. Okay, pike support hold. You can do it on the floor, on your hands, on your parallels. And step number 3 was simply doing the same movement but elevating more with my hands here, with my legs, okay? So technically what I did, I simply put more weight on my hands, okay? Now that I have this, I will go into a handstand or even the wall kick up. Now when it comes to kick up, if you're somebody who can already do this, amazing. If not, this is something that can become maybe challenging in the beginning because you're not used to, you don't trust your body to hold your position all the way up. Well, there is an easy way, and it's all about consistency, frequency, and practice, and you will get it. Now, let me show you how this is gonna look like. I'm gonna put this on the side. Now, once when I have this, and we work on the kick up, okay? I'm gonna show directly from the side of the wall, so from here. I have 2 options, okay? Option number 1 is for somebody who is afraid to, let's say, going to a position when you have to control yourself. Now, this will be a position when you have to control. You here, you elevate your hips up, because otherwise your shoulders will be too forward. And simply from here, find the leg that normally is more possible for you to kick. Kick all the way, go into a handstand. You see that I cannot collapse. I need to elevate the shoulder and slowly kick back. So kick all the way and kick back. Pay attention to what I'm doing. When I'm jumping on a handstand, I'm immediately opening my leg, put it straight, and the next leg is following. Put it up, put it straight, and follow it. And my head is always looking in between my hands a little bit forward, creating this triangle, okay? This will be the kick up. Now, most of the time what people do, they don't trust themselves to go upside down, and they bend the knees or even send one knee forward and the other leg stay down on the floor. That will be difficult, right? Because the whole point, remember what we talked about alignment the day before? Well, if my hands are stuck down, right? Imagine that my ankles now are my hands. And then I have my shoulders. Well, I just have to put my hips now up and I'm in a handstand. You understand what I mean? If I'm now upside down like this, my hands are on the floor, my shoulders are forward, there is no way that I can jump. Okay, I cannot bring my hips up. But if I send my shoulders forward and I align them, and then it's much more easy for me to bring the hips up and I'm in the handstand. Okay, because I'm aligned already. The most difficult part for people is to be able to bring the hips. There is alignment part number 3. One will be the wrist, one will be the shoulders, one will be the hips, one will be the toes. Ideally, this 4 will be nice to have in alignment. Most of the time we only have 1, 2, 3. And even number 2, that are shoulders, is very difficult for somebody to really open them. Okay? So once you understand that your hips have to simply be here in order for you to have a handstand, it's gonna be much more easy. And what I mean by that, if you have somebody to spot you, or if you have a wall and you're alone, this is how I learned, simply trust the wall, okay? Because what you want to do from here, you simply want to bring your hips here, okay? And you will understand when I say, if you're somebody who never try, seems like your body want to jump, but your hips never want to come up. And then it looks something like this. You're trying to kick, but the hips don't want to come. Try to hip, it doesn't work. So bring them higher and then kick up. Once you kick up, extend and bring immediately the next one. And then you see once you're here, it's much more easy for you to control, okay? Kick up is something that is gonna take time and dedication. Now, once you have this, you can also do it from the side. You can go all the way up, you see? You extend, you go on the side, and you understand the alignment. Once you understand the alignment, obviously then it's more easy. But this is just to show you from the side how it looks like. The idea also is, if this is my alignment, right? Alignment of my body, of my legs and my hands. The reason why I tell you before that most people in the beginning, when they jump into a handstand, somehow they don't trust the upper body to be able to hold them there. And then to compensate, one leg will go on this side, one leg will bend, and the handstand will be very, very bad. If you pay attention to what I did, the moment I'm here, I want to jump with one leg, immediately the second leg follow. Immediately. Pay attention. I'm here, right? Immediately. From here, one leg up, the next one is following. Right? So, one leg up, the next one is following. Because then, if I will not have a wall, and I will be here, the idea is to jump, tight everything, and you see, I'm into the handstand. This is what I say about hollow body position before. The moment I jump and I tense everything, same like before, I create this amazing invisible break and my body simply stops. And then my goal obviously is to work on overbalance and underbalance to hold my position. Okay, so we have few movements. One will simply be able to go from one position to elevate the shoulder, understand the difference, protraction, elevation of the scapula. Second movement was more into pike hold, when you have to hold your position. Move number 3, there is nothing else that's same like move number 2, just with more load on my shoulders. And move number 4 was nothing else than simply a kick up against the wall. Okay? Now we have this foundation, these basics, we're gonna move into the next day where we're gonna see, now that we know how to go upside down, obviously it's gonna take time to master, how we can now play with the wall from different side. We have something where we go against the wall, facing the wall, chest on the wall, head to the wall, and we're gonna see this in the next class. So pay attention, be safe, film yourself so you can see how it looks from the side, you can see where your legs are going, when you can see what you can make to make it better. See you in the next one.